I have no excuse. I just completely forgot. Apologies. So, 30 lashes with a wet noodle, I guess.
If it makes you feel any better, we talked about you the whole time.
Yeah, I know that. Well, that was a boring conversation.
Pull it up and watch.
All right. Glasses on so I can read. How about those Astros?
How about those Astros?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. We are ready to get started. It is November the 7th, 2022, and the time is
Late.
1:56 p.m. in the afternoon. That's p.m.'s afternoon, right? Need to call to order, establish that a quorum is present. It looks like we have a quorum. Review and take any action related to the minute records of the regular meeting held on Monday, October the 3rd, 2022. Do we have a motion to?
I move to accept the minutes.
Motion to accept. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
So the vote, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That takes care of item number 2. And somewhere in here, Sherry, we're supposed to, where is it? Oh, there it is on number 5, excuse me. Okay, item number 3, ZBA 22-18, 6622 Clarice Court, Single Member District 1. Tommy Hebert. The applicant has applied for a variance from section 402A.2 of the zoning ordinance to allow for an accessory structure greater than the allowed maximum accessory building floor area in order to construct a personal shop, storage, game area, sleepover building to the rear of a residence within the single-family residence RS1 zoning district located at 6622 Clarice Court. Hi, Ms. Sherry, you're presenting today?
I am, thank you.
Uh-huh.
As you indicated, the applicant has requested a variance for an accessory structure that is larger than the normal accessory structure size. The gentleman, Mr. Taylor, lives on the piece of property that you can see there with the yellow note on it. That yellow note is to signify for the accessory structure. His house is in the front on the circle. Their area is RS1. However, he lives on a 1.2 acre lot, so he lives on a very large lot. And as you can see in just a moment, I'll show you what the zoning is around it. It is the Country Club neighborhood, and it is Tommy Hebert's district. The zoning around it is an interesting zoning area. It's heavy commercial that backs up to his property all along one side, and then office warehouse, which is essentially in the back of his property. So it is just the front area that is the single-family residential. And he has indicated that he would like to place the accessory structure, and he's looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of 7,500 square feet. He would like to place that structure about 100 feet behind his house, which is very close to the commercial and warehouse area. We sent out 16 notifications. We got 0 in opposition, but as of this morning, we had 4 notices that were in support of the application on the residences that are immediately adjacent to his property.
That's a lot of notifications.
It was a lot of notification. Most of them, about half of them, were all in the commercial or manufacturing warehouse area. This is an example of the steel building proposed structure. Something similar to this is what he is proposing to build it in that back area. As you remember, there are 3 allowed variances for special circumstances, overriding public interest, or literal enforcement. And because of the unique situation that both the zoning and the 1.2 acre lot, in this case, we felt that literal enforcement was the area that most covered what he was intending. And looking at the analysis on it, we went back and examined what is in the general area. Obviously, the commercial and the warehousing and the heavy commercial that is immediately adjacent. When you take a look at that as the area that's surrounding on two sides of him, what he's proposing is more with the residential, fits in more with the residential look. And when I looked at the other houses in the area, they are all fairly large homes. All of them have some kind of structure generally in the backyard, whether it's a storage shed or something. And again, we didn't hear from 2 that were immediately adjacent, but the other 4 we did hear they were in support. He is kind of requesting this when I asked him to describe it, because it is an area where he can work on the shop, where he can have some storage, but he also wanted a gaming area or a play area. I believe he has a couple of high school age children, or soon to be high school age children, and an area where if they want to have a sleepover or something like that, that they would be able to do it. So the building will have a restroom in it to meet the needs of all of those different uses. Staff is recommending the approval of this request based on the intent, his use, the fact that it's going to blend into the neighborhood, the fact of the zoning differential around the area, and basically because he has plenty of room on the lot without crowding the lot or affecting any of the surrounding residential homes. The only condition of approval we have on that is that he must obtain all of the associated permits from the Permits and Inspection Division. And with that, that's the end of the presentation. You have any questions?
What's the maximum allowed?
The maximum allowed would be just under 3,000 square feet.
How big will this be?
And this will be between 7 and 7,500.
Big lot. You base the maximum allowed on the lot size, I guess?
It's actually based on the home, the size of the home, and then it's a percentage of the size of the home. In this case, it's a large home, and it's also an attached garage, and so we use both of those in figuring the size.
And all the side setbacks and
Right.
rear setbacks will be won't be encroached, will not be encroached.
Right. And the applicant is here to address the board and answer any questions.
Okay, any more questions for Sherry? There being none?
Okay.
Public.
I'm assuming.
Public comment? Ask for public comment. How are you, sir? Please state your name for the record.
William Taylor.
William Taylor. Welcome, Mr. Taylor.
I am the applicant. Does anybody have any questions or concerns to begin with on this request?
Is this for public use or private use?
Private use, not to be rented or used by anybody outside of my family and friends at all.
That was my question as well.
Ms. Bailey did an excellent job explaining what I was wanting to do. I do have 2 kids, one high school, one about to be in high school. And with our house, we do not have an extra bedroom. We could use some extra space for an entertainment area for them to spend time at. If my son decides to stay here for college, he might live out there himself a little bit. But strictly for our own personal use is what I was looking to do with this property. Some of it's storage, get some of the stuff out of our garage that is kind of crowded. Need a little bit more area is what we're looking for.
You have a very large lot there.
It is. We actually had purchased additional land. The lot that we first bought was, I don't remember if it was half an acre or 0.7. We actually bought about half an acre back behind ours that was originally office warehouse, and had joined that to our lot, really as a bigger buffer between us and them, because I knew I had warehouses around me, and so I wanted to have a little bit more room behind there. So right now, looking at my back porch, there's actually a warehouse that I'm seeing back there that is, now might be covered up with my own shop instead of seeing their warehouse.
Now, your neighbor, you only have really one residential neighbor to your, whatever direction that is.
Yes, sir?
Side. Is that a fence? You got a fence between there, I guess?
Yes, we do. Yes.
Wood fence, privacy.
Privacy fence, yes. Wooden privacy fence.
You get along with your neighbor, I guess?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sean and Carrie Beals are the ones that are right there next to
They
it.
don't care.
That's an automatic no for me. I've known them a long time. Forget it. Sean will be moving into your extra house.
What if they're not allowed to use it?
He'll find a way.
Well, it looks like you have warehouses behind you, and a heavy commercial on the other side, so great place for an accessory building.
That is the plan.
Any more questions?
No.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Out of curiosity, not for you, if he was gonna do multiple structures with under the 3,000, would that have triggered a zoning? Like if he was gonna do a shop and then a shed and then a,
Guest house.
If he wanted to do them piecemeal,
yeah,
he would be allowed a maximum accessory building total, and then anything over that, he would have had to come in for
okay,
a variance anyway.
okay. I think it looks better doing it all in one.
Yeah.
So if he would have had 100 acres, let's say, he would still have to come in?
If it
Based on
was
the house size?
based on the house size and the zoning, yes.
Gotcha, okay. All right. Any comments from the board? Any discussion? Well, I'm gonna ask for a motion.
Well, motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
All right, let's have the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes. Aye. Let's move on. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Good luck. Open house, give us an invitation.
Yeah.
Thank you for approving. I wanted to say thank you for that. How long will I have to build this structure?
You
How
have a
long?
year.
1 year. To start the process or for completion?
No, to start the process.
Okay.
So each time, when you get a building permit within a year, it then extends the time period for
Okay.
each inspection you have of that building permit.
Okay.
So make sure you hold the building permit within a year.
Okay. I intend to start right away, but I've heard there's a lot of lag time and wait time, so just wasn't sure. So, thank you.
Good luck. All right, item number 4, division report. Do we have a division report to talk about?
Nothing for you this time.
Nothing for us this time. All right, item number 5, public comment. Issues or concerns not on the regular agenda may be raised by the public at this time. Citizens should speak from the podium, address all comments to the dais, and begin by stating their name and address or single-member district number. Please limit all remarks to less than 3 minutes. No, they're being done. Item number 6, next meeting agenda. The next regular meeting of the Zoning Board of Adjustments is scheduled to begin at 1:30 p.m. on Monday, December the 5th in the City Hall East Mezzanine Meeting Room. So we have an agenda for next month.
Yes.
2? Okay. All right. Adjournment. Am I supposed to read that too? All right. Well, okay, let's, motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
Got a motion? Got a second?
Yep.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you, folks.